Hey, hello, and welcome back. I am Debbie Peterson of Getting to Clarity, and this is another episode of Creating More Success with Less Sacrifice. So, today we are talking about how to learn to put yourself first as a woman in leadership. And I just want you to imagine this. I was a hot mess. My life outside looked great because that's what I wanted everyone to see. But the behind the scenes was just a little bit different because I was trying to be perfect in every single area of my life. And it was exhausting. It was stepping up into roles, going beyond, above and beyond at work, helping others, being that go to person so that I could be seen as someone in the organization who had credibility, who could be depended on. And then as a homeowner, right? It was project after project after project, trying to make sure everything in the house looked perfect, that everything was always picked up neat and tidy. And if that didn't happen, I would turn into my evil twin. Can you imagine? Oh, and then as a mom, it is benchmarking myself against every other mom, but not just as a whole. There would be one mom who was just this amazing baker, and she would come up with these cookies that were just magazine worthy. And I would bench myself against that. It would be a mom who didn't even work. And I was a working mom, but a mom who didn't work and had time, bless her, to go to every single game, to volunteer as the class parent, to be able to take Cub Scouts or lead a Girl Scout troop. And for me, as a working mom, I'm benchmarking myself against all of them. And then we'll throw in the puppy, the puppy that they begged to have. And I promise we'll take care of it. And I know you know how that went. For me at that time, I was stressed from the moment that I opened my eyes until the moment I fell asleep again. Because once I fell asleep, I didn't stay asleep. It was waking up at 2 a.m. with my head just full of these thoughts about all the things I was worried about. And the thing was that I was at the bottom of the proverbial pile and I could feel the weight. I could feel the pressure of everything that I was choosing to pile on top of me. And yes, I'll say choosing. So if you're at the point that you know that you need to learn to put yourself first, or at least move yourself up a little further in the queue, then making informed decisions and choosing in a responsible way for you is the best skill that you can learn. So here's what I would like you to keep in mind. First of all, you need to choose to make some space because oftentimes as busy women leaders, it is us and everyone and everything else. And when we have that all or nothing sort of mindset, it puts a lot of pressure on us because it's not actually us against everyone and everything else. So, thinking about here's an exercise that you can do. Think about all the things that you need to get done. Think about all the things that are rolling around in your head and what it is that you need to do, no matter if it's personally or professionally. Just dump it all on a list. Just take the whole thing, dump it on a list. Anything you need to do, have to do, whatever. Give yourself 10 minutes, empty out. And then here's what I want you to do with that entire list. I want you to break it up into 3 columns: an A column, a B column, and a C column. The A column are the items that are critical, like the wheels are going to fall off the bus if you don't get this stuff done. The B column are the items that are important, but just not critical. And the C items are the things that you thought of, but they're just not time sensitive or pressure sensitive right now. But here's the deal. You have to distribute your entire list equally. Because as high achieving women, we will take everything or most everything and put it in the A column, that it has to be done. But when you force yourself to look at it this way, it causes you to really think about what you're putting where and what is actually a priority so that you can focus on the things that are truly important, not everything. So once you've done that, look at the items on the list, A, B, or C, and gamify this. How can you delegate as much as you can to someone or something else? So, for instance, can the hubby grab takeout? Can Instacart deliver groceries? Even if it's just for 1 week, Can you have a meal service? What else can you come up with that helps to cut you a break so that everything isn't your responsibility? And now that you've got a little room in your calendar, it's time to choose you. Because as I always say, you cannot give from an empty cup, but you can't give from a full one either. Because anytime you give of yourself, even when your cup is full, you are still depleting yourself. So you have to give from your overflow. And, imagine what you are demonstrating to people when you do this. When you, uh, the people that are watching you, like your kids and your coworkers, your team at work, walking the talk and showing them how an empowered woman takes care of herself. And focus on what it is that you truly want to do 100% for you. And again, it's not everything, but how can you start to make small choices that energize you? So, can someone take the kids for a ride or to the park and you can take a nap or read? Can lunches get made the night before so that everyone is asleep and you can wake up and have a workout? How about a meditation with your door closed at work before you go out to lunch? Even 5 minutes. I love Insight Timer, and you can find meditations on any topic that you love and for any time frame that you want to devote your time to. So there's no excuses. Insight Timer is great. Book time on your schedule, the same as you would for anyone else, right? Same as a meeting. Pick a time that's important to you, whether it is for an appointment to go to or some time with girlfriends. Even drive to a park and sit or draw or doodle or listen to a podcast. The Getting to Clarity podcast is a great podcast for you to listen to. And it isn't really about the amount of time you spend doing this. It's about just doing it. It's about getting in the habit of carving out some time for you. Because here's the deal. If you don't carve out time for yourself, then someone is going to carve what they want out of your time. And it may seem weird at first putting yourself first this way, but even, not knowing what it is that you want to do. But what I encourage you to do is follow your curiosity. What else do you do or make time for yourself? So think about some of the little things that you can do, and I would love to hear from you. Share below some of the ways that you make time for yourself, because here's what you do. You give other busy women leaders ideas about how they can incorporate that for themselves. So, if you are ready to claim more success with less sacrifice, if you are ready to say, okay, I am the CEO of my career and life, then I encourage you to join the Clarity community. Be surrounded by a community of women leaders who want to be supported regularly by other like-minded women, and they want to support them in return. So it is about that container of like-minded women that is so powerful. And I'll tell you what, it is exactly what I wish I would have had when I was in my own career. So check out the link below and learn more about signing up as a founding member, because they get the goodies. Until next time, here is wishing you all the clarity that you deserve. Be good to yourself.